Hello once again, guys. BitNation here, featuring another game in our Critical Hits series, this one by the name of Age of Wonders 3, developed by Triumph Studios. It's been a long time coming for this game, and I, for one, am super excited. With me, as always, Sam and Dustin. We also have Tony here tonight as well.
Hi.
Weighing in with his, thoughts on the game, because he was a big fan of the previous AOW game. So, and I say game because 2 and its expansion were an abomination. So
Yeah, I didn't even understand why those games had no direction.
now I do have a vague familiarity with 2 and its expansion, and you know what? In 3 here they have kept some of its gameplay mechanics, and they seem to work. So we'll go ahead and we'll run that down, make sure you know what all this game has to offer to you, and you can make your decision as to whether it's worth your time.
He's a dwarf with a halo. I'm uncomfortable with that.
So here's the character creator screen. I've already taken the liberty of choosing a scenario to play and the characters and their difficulty levels already. So as you can see, you have a very intricate character creator here. You have a bunch of pre-made characters here, all with different races and different classes.
A dwarf underground. I'm comfortable with that.
But you can also...
What the hell is that?
You can also make your own.
Dragon people!
Yeah,
and you can
actually
you can save ones that you had made previously.
Excuse me while I get a boner, because I like dragon people.
The dragon people...
Sign me the fuck up. I don't care if this game is about puppies being kicked into rivers. It's okay by me. A+.
No, you know what, and absolutely...
Sorry, I've got a very short sight.
No, the dragon people actually add a really diverse angle to the game from the previous one.
Absolutely.
And it's like for the races that aren't really in the game in this most recent installment, the dragon people totally make up for it, and just how cool they are, and the way their units function, and with how the game is, really really cool, and like they can take magic from all different sides, and they're a lot of fun to play. But I am feeling Dweemus Strongmouth, the dwarf theocrat.
The original AOW had 12 different races.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. The original AOW Age of Wonders had 12 races, 4 good, 4 evil, and 4 neutral. Now this has rolled the ultimate good, being this race of humans, angelic humans that just were kind of the counterbalance to all of the undead, the absolute evil, and so those have been rolled into races that you actually can summon, not so much as play. Now most of the neutral races have actually been taken out of the game, but to a certain extent you can reprise them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the character creator here.
Like, Dragonkin was not in the original game.
Yeah, Dragonkin wasn't in the original. They'd actually developed that for the second game. And as far as I'm to understand, this third game actually doesn't follow canon at all. It goes off on its own.
For those of you playing the window shopping game, let me summarize it for you. It's Warhammer meets Civilization.
And that, to me, sounds fantastic. I don't know about you.
I second that notion. Absolutely. The taking a fantasy aspect on a Civilization style game, especially with how popular Civilization is, it definitely brings like a fresh breath of air to this genre.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It does. I mean, from what I've seen, and yes, folks, I have played it, and I saw Eric playing it, and I'm like, yeah, gonna buy this. This will be good, and it was delicious.
It quite was. Now, they have taken out a lot of races here, about 6 in total. However, they have added, a class system, which gives you many, many more choices to choose from. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playable races, but you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playable.
And don't forget male or female.
Right, male, that doesn't really matter all that much.
So for a grand total of 62 different character types.
So, and that all affects, as you can tell, it gives you a brief description.
No,
but,
I'm sorry, that's 72.
It really changes up the game. You use, with this guy, it's not really so much you using magic in your spells as you are using buffs, debuffs, stuff of that nature.
Basically, with the special with the specializations mixed with the classes, mixed with the races, it's ridiculous how many combinations you can come up with.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be hard pressed to actually run out of a combination that you haven't tried and fully fleshed
out. The nice
out.
thing is that you can find something that fits your playstyle, and then if you look to challenge yourself a little bit, you can sort of step outside of your comfort zone, so to speak, when you're creating a new character. And you can save this template to work off of another day.
Absolutely. And I mean, okay, so each race has their own special characters, each class has its own special characters. I mean, it's nuts, and combining those, so that would be a unique, like, draconian musketman, or a high elf, what was it, scoundrel,
a high elf rogue,
yeah. I mean, it's a human, what is it, apprentice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy the amount of choices you can have here. So we're gonna move on here.
You can go even insofar as to customize even more features of your characters to give them a more diverse element.
Yeah.
And sort of make them your own. Albeit the character choices are slightly limited in terms of customization, but the bottom line is you're probably not going to be looking at them very much.
Yeah. I mean, really, the only time you really stare him in the face is at the diplomatic screen.
Okay.
Yeah, the diplomacy screen. So, I mean, it's way less of an RPG in the traditional sense, where you don't get to pick like how many points in strength and your individual skills. It's kind of rounded them into this. You used to be able to pick individual spheres of magic, and how many you picked were pretty much determining how powerful your spells in that sphere, and the access to the complexity of spells in that sphere you get. In this particular game, you only have 2 spheres. You're kind of familiar with the magic, and then you're actually quite familiar with the magic, a master at the magic, you'd say.
Did I also see at some point there that you could actually customize the character's backstory?
Yeah, I mean, you can, for characters, for cities, for stuff of that nature, you can edit.
Holy crap!
You can edit their backstory and type in whatever you want. So you know what? For this, we're just gonna move. We're gonna move along. We're gonna say
let's
dreadnoughts.
on.
We're gonna just do destruction, where we just roll over everything, and we're going to do expander. So this is not really choosing a sphere in the conventional sense. We're gonna be doing destruction type stuff, like raising cities quicker, and all that's terror type warfare, and then expanding, where we get scouts and units of that speciality.
Scouts are stupid.
So now it's moving into the more detailed version of the character creator, and this is really where you pick head shape, skin color, skin texture. Every game has this. This is pretty detailed. You can get a pretty crazy character going. With hair color. Unfortunately, this is their hair.
Yeah, they have horns.
That's not unfortunate. That's awesome. Now get on with it.
This is
Dragon horns.
Yeah, this is their facial hair. You got eyes, all different kinds of eyes, crazy amounts of eyes here.
Human or godly.
Yeah, and then you even have like little trinkets, like crowns, circuits, monocle.
Make him look totally badass, and then give him a little tiara.
Headbands, stuff of that nature. And then actually, if you move out, you can go even more in depth, giving them a scene behind them, which is very cool. A posture by which they greet their foes or allies.
Yes.
And actually, their clothes as well. And I'm sure that the Triumph
go
crew
back one cape. That was awesome.
The Triumph crew will add more as they come along, and you can even change
the heraldry.
What your flags, your heraldry, what it looks like here.
Age of Wonders 3, I think that it would be fantastic if they integrated with Steam Workshop some fan-created content in there.
Oh, absolutely. They're notorious for their mods and map editors. For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
It's so great!
So here we go. You got all these different, and this, of course, changes your character's colors here.
Ooh, yay!
Dally shilly chally.
I'm so black.
We should get rid of the wrenches.
Not racist. All right, so
I want the wrenches.
That's got to trust me. There's some cool banners actually.
I know. I've seen them.
Cool
I've seen a few
indeed.
of them.
Very cool banners indeed. But let's move along.
Give him flowers.
Yes, I like trees.
Flowers
and
are
then
for
even
stupid.
It looks like piece of cauliflower.
You can even
which I never ate
customize
as a
your
child.
portrait there, and then also your name.
I ate my broccoli though.
Oh,
Carrots.
Yeah.
Oh,
And potatoes
I just love the breakfast.
with a roast. Oh, great. Now I'm on a roast.
So we're going to be doing Poop Quest the Constipated. And you can actually save the character if you enjoy him enough and want to revisit him later.
He does look constipated, though. He's like, I must find a toilet to shit in.
So we'll say Wazul the Jagged went crazy, ape shit nuts, and renamed himself Poop Quest the Constipated.
Look at him. He's like,
Look at him, he's nuts. Yeah, he's jack shit crazy.
We made him look nuts. Okay, so
where is the nearest fucking toilet?
And now, if you pick a random scenario like I did this time, each scenario in the past, each map would just have a backstory that really didn't do much, except for maybe a couple of situations for the gameplay. But in this situation, it actually has map-related quests, map-related, achievements and goals. In this one, in 50 turns, the Blight's going to erupt, irrevocably changing.
And there's no
the terrain and
so
the circumstances.
So it basically changes everything about the game and how you're playing it at that point.
So you have 50 turns to develop an empire, and then you have to withstand the Blight and do what you got to do there.
So in other words, death is coming.
That's rather interesting that it's like you're faced with a guaranteed doom scenario and you just have to try and make the best of it.
Something like
overall,
that.
everybody
Something
else.
like that.
Seems that doom's
And
that's pretty cool.
so you have to pick a research, and here's the research screen here. As in the past, it's a book of lore. You have levels of spells here, that being 4 dragon oil. You pour it from,
sounds kinky.
You cast it on the perimeter of a friendly city, and then when people try to siege it and take it from you, upon entering your city, they'll be burned.
I hear it's also fantastic for foreplay.
Oh!
All right, and then
Dangly
as I said with this guy, not much in the way of magic going on here. Some buffs, debuffs here.
Yeah, didn't we pick Dreadnought?
Spy drones, we did.
Dreadnoughts are all tech.
So we want to go with something nice and angry.
Yeah. I mean, you can make it so where it's easier to, create
it's
certain
all about
things.
the destruction.
Yeah, what does Killer Instinct do?
Make
Killer
people want the
Instinct.
Blight to be here.
Target friendly unit gains Slayer or preferred enemy until end of combat.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd want to do if I was into killing people.
Now, in my experience, every single class has a skill sort of like this one, which makes it just easier to get mana or whatever that class is using as its source of spell, quote unquote spell, power. So in this one, it's invention. It invents new ways to suck more mana out of its surrounding areas that it's getting mana from. But we're going to use Killer Instinct at this point. And then we also have a hero request here. And just like in the other games, they're requesting to join you. If you want them, pay 100 gold and they're yours. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. And this guy
No,
has his
what
own
happens
story
if
as
you
well.
don't?
They'll just be an independent, and they'll walk around.
They'll move about. They could be hired by your enemy, though.
They
so
could be
grab
hired
them while
by
they're
an
hot.
enemy, of course. And they come with, their own skills and, their own items. So, I mean, you can take this item for yourself and say, no, dude, I want it. And send it to your...
Oh my god.
Send it to your king, or just drop it on the ground.
Like old school RPGs. Hey, he's got a cool weapon. But he's
Give it
totally
here.
useless as a character. Hey, dude, can I have that sword? Yeah, sure. Now get the
Exactly
fuck out of
right.
my party.
Exactly. Okay, so you've got your...
But I thought we were friends.
You've got your gold source, you've got, your mana source here, you've got gold all around hanging out. And like I said, each race has their own specific units, and their units have their own specific backstory that you can read if you'd like.
Whoop-dee-doo-doo-doo.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, indeed.
Isn't it also depending on their class, not just their race?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Like, in a while here, we'll be able
Zerg
to... I mean, this is all that we can recruit right now with the limited technology in this main city. However, if we... I believe it's... Where is it?
You can expand.
No, you have to...
Blast furnace?
You have to research it. But
Yes. Housing?
eventually, I mean, I'll be able to build draconian musketmen, and they would have a different toughness and attack and whatnot and resistance than, say, dwarven, musketmen.
Might I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Shall we make our character so evil and so nasty that he basically makes other people wish for the Blight to come sooner?
Absolutely. Your actions affect how people view you publicly, and that's very much like, Civ 5. Your actions really affect the way people view
Every
you in the
Civ
world.
game.
Yeah, most every Civ game there. So
What's that? You took over and raised my town? Sure, have mine.
Is
Yeah,
our
that's-
crazy?
That's not how it goes.
Is our crazy king? Yeah, he's
He's looking for a
He's
urinal.
riding like a watermelon or something.
he's riding a dragon.
That looks like.
And mounts actually play a very big part in this game. Actually, good thing you
Like
brought that
movement.
up, Tony. You can actually have different mounts.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
That's
different
very
mounts.
interesting.
I did not
all
know
different
this.
crazy types of stuff.
So like he can change that mount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Right,
can
that's
change it
actually
to.
pretty
There's actually a spell if you become a sorcerer where you summon an egg and it gives you a random mount every 10 turns. You summon an egg and you can use that mount or not use that
Gimme,
mount.
gimme,
That's
gimme, gimme,
interesting.
gimme, 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 gimme.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you.
But real quick,
The-
talk about
oh.
the leader and his abilities vis-a-vis the city.
Oh, sure. No, I mean, as far as the city is concerned, I mean,
I was
he's,
talking about the
point.
throne room.
yeah. If I mean, as you can see, there's a crown on top of here. This is your throne city. This is where if your leader dies anywhere on the battlefield, and I mean anywhere on the battlefield,
He comes back.
he comes back. He coalesces in
Unless
in this theater. Now, if this gets taken and you have no other cities that are designated as your throne cities, that's how you lose the game, ladies and gentlemen. Now, back in the day when the first Age of Wonders came out, all it took was losing your king, and that made some battles quite the quick battles. But they kind of did away with that in AOW too, and I kind of enjoy that. I mean, it's a little bit annoying when you have an enemy that's just here, there, and everywhere, just kind of hit and run tactics
dude,
on
it's
you.
spitballing. It's
But-
not all gonna be gold.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know.
So basically, as your city grows, your influence expands, a la Age of Empires
Mm-hmm.
and Civilization.
Yeah.
And as that expands, you gain more resources. The more resources equals faster unit production, and then you have armies clashing in grand epic combat. Yes?
Mm-hmm. You also have the diplomacy and nation states, just like in Civ, where they'll just be random, independently owned cities that you can ally with, that you can
Ally
destroy
with or
if you
put
like.
to the torch.
Yeah, exactly right. And then every time you take a city, you actually have the choice of absorbing them into your nation and just having them be their city with their population, or
We have cake.
converting them to your race and just saying, nope, you're going to be Draconian.
We are the master race. You will join us or die.
So for defeating this little camp here, we're gifted an orc spearman and an item, a buckler. Now we can either take this reward or we can sell it for gold. I'm going to go ahead and take it.
Money. Oh,
Oh, heck no. I get a buckler,
yeah.
which gives me
Defense. Give him defense.
defense.
Ah, look, it's an anal bum cover.
But it also
Eddie's got a gun.
yeah. It also gives me a certain percentage though of weakness to spirit energy. So meh. But yeah, so that's all we'll be doing for this episode of Critical Hits. I didn't want to stretch it out too far. We're almost at the 40-minute mark here. So, I mean, you've really seen most of the aspects of this game. Really, the only things we're missing out on are the diplomacy. Okay.
So let me guess, Eric, you're going to be flaming the Steam forums for a refund, yes?
Absolutely, I will not take this. I will not take...
No, you'll take it and you'll run with
Yes.
it. That's what you're going to do.
See? So now this nation state, which is this blight town of Blightopia, has seen me and they say, you made a big mistake, pal. Made a big mistake. So just like in Civ, I mean, like, in Civ they're more non-aggressive and they're like, hey, do things for me and we'll be happy with you. And if you are running all over their territory, they'll be like, you assholes. And they'll get real angry at you and, yeah, so,
You
but I
take
mean,
enough of them out, or piss enough of them off, they'll all declare war on you.
yeah, they'll all declare war on you and whatnot.
Sack the little guy. Sack the little guy. Sack the little guy. Okay.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Aesthetically, it's freaking beautiful. I mean, not anything super nuts, but hey, man, it looks incredible. I like the fantasy kind of Lord of the Ringsy kind of aesthetics here, and the Civ 5 kind of way of doing things as far as the cities are concerned and forging your own cities. You can absolutely make your own cities with a builder's hall, so you can have a draconian builder, a draconian settler, so you can build roads. You can build fortresses, which are apart from cities, which are just that gigantic wooden outposts that you can put, like, say, on this bridge, so you can watch this bridge when people come over it. And then also, you can build different cities with the draconian settlers. So, I mean, it's really, it's the game you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be, it can probably do that for you.
What do you
as
think,
far
Tony?
as fantasy is concerned? Yeah, Tony, your thoughts?
Oh, well, I think it definitely it brings back all the excitement and adventure that the first game brought, as well as bringing it into the new age of gaming. I mean, they definitely made improvements where improvements were needed. They changed over how the game was overall played in a lot of ways. They made it more fun. In a lot of ways by adding new aspects to it rather than just having the concrete black and white aspects of the manual warfare where it would be you either can hit it or you don't. And then there rather now it just shows more modifiers, which is really cool. And then like I said, with the overall character creation system, the variety of maps you can play, the possibility of so much user content that can be added. It makes it a game not to be missed. So I mean, I'm buying it.
And I
mean,
think
it's
the
happening.
price tag on Steam at this point is like $30, I believe. And that might be an overprice.
It might be expensive for some, but I think. Well, Sam, what do you think?
If I had the money, I'd buy this game definitely. It seems like it's pretty fun. I mean, I still enjoy playing the original AOW, and it's nothing anywhere near like this one. I definitely do think that they made a lot of improvements, but it's not something where it's just gonna replace Civilization 5 for me.
No,
it's
but
something that I'll play. I'll play both of them.
I think that it's what they call a refreshing alternative.
Yeah.
And personally, I played Civ 5, I played Age of Empires, and this is actually my first Age of Wonders game that I have played and purchased. And I can't even express how happy I am with my decision. The graphics look fantastic. The depth of gameplay seems like really there, and what's fantastic is the thing, you don't have to be a master strategist. Auto combat can take its place, and you just have to move the chess pieces over the board and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
Or you have the option of micromanaging those battles and strategizing that much more heavily. And it's, to me, I'm excited to actually go. You know what? That's it. I'm going home and starting campaign tonight. Guys, I'll catch you later.
Thank you very much. This has been BitNation's Eric.
Sam.
Tony.
And Dustin.
Yep, there he goes. Thank you very much for watching our Critical Hits featuring Age of Wonders 3. We really hope that we helped you make a decision as to whether or not to buy it. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much.
Peace out.